Picture this. My name is Jack, and I just recently got out of a tough relationship. The breakup was rough, and, well, she got the house. So I began looking for a new home, and I found one, the perfect one. A 2-story house with a balcony overlooking a quiet street. The price was shockingly low, almost too good to be true, but I didn't question it. I moved in quickly, eager to settle in to my new life. Everything seemed quite nice for a while. I lived there for maybe a month and a half, got a new job. I was finally getting myself out of my deep rut of a depression. And, well, that's when the letters started to arrive. At first, they seemed harmless. Every time I checked my mail, I would get another one. Simple welcomes from an anonymous neighbor. "Welcome to the neighborhood," the first one had read. But as the days went on, the letters became more personal. They described my daily routine, when I left for work, when I returned, and, well, even when I stepped out onto the balcony to smoke. It was unsettling. As if someone was watching me, my every move. I'm already one to be anxious. Paranoia gets the best of me, but the medication helps. But this bothered me. The letters kept coming in. Maybe about a month and a half, 2 months into me living in this home, I began a routine of locking doors, checking every bedroom, every closet, under the beds even. Nothing. So I just assumed it was somebody watching me from the distance. Some creep. Somebody's gotta get off somehow. But eventually, curiosity got the better of me, and, well, I decided to write back. Gathering some paper and a pen, I jotted down a simple question, and I left it in my mailbox. "Who are you?" Days passed. No reply. A week, 2 weeks, no reply. No more new letters. It's almost as if they were scared that I wrote back. I don't know what they expected or who they are. I think I scared them off. Eventually I thought it had passed, nothing more than just some guy trying to prank somebody, just to scare me out. Maybe they didn't like that I was in the neighborhood. Maybe it was someone who wanted to buy the house, but I got there first. One evening, as I got off work and checked the mail, a new letter had arrived. My heart raced as I opened it, only to find the same note that I had written, my handwriting, "Who are you?" But below that was that same handwriting that I've become all too familiar with. The anonymous person wrote back, "Your roommate." The words, they sent a chill down my spine. I lived alone. I didn't have a roommate, or at least I didn't think I did. Who was this person, and why are they sending me letters? I have more questions than answers at this point. After a minute or two of just standing there, looking around and rereading the note, I gathered my courage and wrote back, "What do you want?" I folded up the paper, put it back in an envelope, and put it back in the mailbox, looking around once more, making sure that no one was watching, and that I was truly alone, even though lately I haven't felt alone, well, in months. I go back home, enter my door, lock it, check every room, every closet, under every bed, and make sure that nobody is there. And it was just me. I head to bed, and, well, I sleep it off, waiting for the response of the next letter. Another set of weeks pass by after that. It's almost as if, once again, I've scared him off. Whoever this person was, they weren't here anymore. Unlike last time, I did not feel at ease. If anything, the opposite. The silence was not comforting. It was heavy and oppressive. It bothered me. Every single day I gained more paranoia and more anxiety, searching my home, making sure every window and door was locked. One night, around 3 a.m., I lie awake, unable to sleep, paranoid and anxious. I get out of bed and head to the kitchen to, make something to eat. Maybe if I eat something, I'll calm down and maybe I'll get tired. I enjoy some food in the kitchen and I stepped out onto the balcony for a cigarette. The street below was bathed in a faint orange glow from the lone street lamp. I leaned on the railing, taking a drag. I let the cool night air wash over me. But that's when I saw it. A figure stood just beyond the reach of the light, cloaked in a shadow. At first, I thought maybe it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. It was late after all, but then it shifted, subtle, almost imperceptible. But I saw it. My breath caught in my throat. I quickly looked away, take another drag, trying to relax my thoughts. Trying to convince myself that it was nothing, just a trick of the dark. But then I heard it. A faint creak inside the house. My stomach dropped. Slowly, I turned to peer through the glass door behind me. I didn't see a thing. The living room was empty. Nothing seemed out of place. The dark shadows of the room, the emptiness, the quietness, it was taunting me. I looked back at the street, desperate to confirm that the figure was still there. But the street was empty now. The space between the lamp deserted. My heart pounding uncomfortably, I stepped back inside, locking the balcony door behind me. The note, the figure, the noise, it was too much. My instincts screamed at me to search through the house, but the fear kept me rooted. I climbed the stairs slowly, my feet heavy, every creak of the steps echoing through the silent house. When I reached my bedroom, I slowly opened the door, and I stopped cold. There, lying neatly on my bed, was a folded piece of paper. My breath left my body. My chest felt tight and my hands trembled as I stepped closer. The note was perfectly centered on the bed, like it had been placed there with deliberate care. I walked over to it and picked it up, unfolded it. That same handwriting stared back at me, the one I'd seen so many times before, and it read, "To be your best friend forever." I scanned the room, my eyes darting back and forth, looking around trying to see if anyone was there watching me. And that's when I noticed it. My bedroom window, the one I always kept closed and locked, was slightly open. The curtains swayed gently in the night breeze. I couldn't take it anymore. My chest was tight, my vision blurred, and my breath came out in short, ragged bursts. I backed out of the room and ran into the bathroom. I locked the door behind me and sat with my back pressed against the cold wall. Holding my knees to my chest, my eyes darted to the door handle, expecting it to turn at any moment. Out of fear, I did not sleep that night. The hours dragged on, each sound in the house amplified tenfold in the darkness. So I sat there and waited until morning. And when morning finally arrived, I hesitantly stepped towards the bathroom door, opening it and peering out into the hall. Nothing. I then headed to the bedroom and I froze. The note was gone. The window was closed and locked again, as if it had never happened. I stood in the middle of the room, looking around, but nothing was out of place. Nothing felt wrong. But I couldn't shake the feeling that someone, somewhere, was still watching me.